Police swing into action following reports of kidnappings in Asa, Malete. Resident doctors continue strike by industrial court ruling. Embattled PDP chair Secondus reacts vows to challenge court ruling. On the foreign scene, huge crowd as Zambia's Akinde Ichilema takes oath of office. And in sport, Lucy Ejike, 21 others chase medals as Paralympics Games kicks off. You're listening to Royal FM 95.1 Illinois. You can also listen to us by visiting the Royal FM website at www.royalfm.net or watch us live on our social media pages right now. The news continues after this timeout.
Your family needs you. Nigeria needs you. Drive safe and carefully. Your life is precious.
This message is reaching you from Royal FM 95.1 Ilorin.
And welcome back now to news in detail. Bandits have attacked the permanent site of the Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA, in Kaduna State, killing two officers and abducting one other officer. The incident occurred in the early hours of today. The bandits who came in a vehicle were said to have passed through the security gate into the academy disguised in military uniforms, after which they proceeded to the officers' quarters. On arrival, they began shooting sporadically and in the process killed two officers, a major and a squadron leader, and later on took another major away through the nearby bush inside the academy. A company of security operatives have now launched a manhunt for the bandits inside the bush, including air surveillance, and a view to arresting them and rescuing the kidnapped officer. The authorities have yet to confirm the incident. Against the security situation in Kwara, the Kwara State Police Command says it has deployed its men and commenced investigation into the reported abduction of a farmer on his farmland in Asa local government of Kwara State on Monday. The command also said it was yet to confirm the reported abduction of two undergraduates at the Kwara State University in Malete, but said the command was swinging into action to secure lives and property immediately. Speaking of the incident, the state public relations officer, SP Ajayo Kasumi, said the reports are still sketchy. He explained that officers have been dispatched to the reported area for verification of the report and possible rescue of victims if found to be true. He urged Kwara residents to always provide the police with the needed information that will assist the police in carrying out their duties as expected. Despite the order of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, NICN, to the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors to resume work, the resident doctors have yet to resume. The resident doctors are asking the federal government to withdraw its suit against them at the National Industrial Court and put an end to the no work, no pay order already being implemented against its members. Justice John Tagama had ordered that the two parties locked in the industrial dispute, members of the NARD and the federal government, to suspend all forms of hostility, pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice. Justice Tagama gave the order having looked especially on the affidavit of extreme urgency, the grounds of the application, the affidavit in support of same, and arguments of counsel for the applicant. But in its response to the order, NARD said it is curious that the order came on the 23rd of August as against the adjourned date of the 15th September without prior notice to association. National President of the NARD, Uyalawa Okwahe-Sui, said it has not received any court judgment allegedly ordering it to suspend the ongoing nationwide strike. President of the NARD in Kwara State, Dr. Habib Badmos, also told Royal FM News that resident doctors are waiting for the court judgment as well as a notification from the national body. Embattled national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Prince Uche Secondus, has said he's not afraid of the court injunction barring him from parading himself as chairman of the opposition party. His reaction follows the ruling of Justice Okunlola Basam of the Degema Division of the River State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt. Justice Basam made the order while ruling on a motion ex parte filed by four persons: Iwawuchi Alex, Dennis Amadi, Emmanuel Stephen, and Umeziriki Unucha. He also granted the request to serve by substituted means all orders made by the court and the respondents and by publishing same in a newspaper. In a statement made available by his media aide, Ike Abonyi, Sekanda said he will defend himself in court. Abonyi, however, claimed that the story of the restraining order originated from the special assistant and media to the Rivers State Governor, Yesom Wike. The PDP has been combating leadership crisis with a section of the opposition party calling for the resignation of the PDP national chairman. Amidst the internal conflict, seven national officers of the party resigned from their roles on the 3rd of August. Vice President Jamil Shibanju has denied any interest in the 2023 election. The Vice President made the clarification in a statement issued by his media aide, Laulu Akwe. Professor Shimbaju said he's rather focused on working in his capacity as the Vice President to address the various challenges facing the country. The statement denied that the office of the Vice President is in any way connected with the distribution and deployment of any 2023 political posters, whether on the streets or in online videos, banners, and the likes on social media, describing it as a needless distraction from the urgent task of government. The statement said Shibanjo remains rather focused on finding effective and lasting solutions to the security challenges and working to further boost the economy. The Kwara State House of Assembly has inaugurated the state chapter of the Parliamentary Staff Association. The inauguration, which took place at the Kwara State House of Assembly complex, where the Assembly Clerk, Hajia Jumai Perugi, delivered a welcome address and lauded the Ninth Assembly, led by Engineer Yakubu Danladi, for accommodating PASAN, which its establishments in the interest of all parliamentary staff was traced to 2014. The national president of the association, Comrade Mohammed Karim, expressed the need for the caretaker committee to work for stability of the association within the stipulated 3 months and charged them to be united for the rights of other members. Foundation members of the executive include Malam Yakub Yaro as chairman, Mr. Emmanuel Adedayo, secretary, Mr. Salif Funcho, Public Relations Officer, Mrs. Iyabo Solagberu, Treasurer, Ajia Mulikat Gambari as Financial Secretary. In his acceptance speech, Parson Caretaker Chairman Malam Yakub Yaro, on behalf of the committee, thanked both the parliamentarians and entire staff of the State Assembly for the confidence reposed in him and promised to put the welfare of staff as priority and lead Parson democratically.
And to see the development of legislative business in the Kwara State House of Assembly. In the first instance, I must thank the wisdom of my leaders who thought it wise to nominate us as Foundation ESCO members.
Well, while delivering his goodwill message, Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Engineer Yakub Danladi, who is represented by the House Leader, Honorable Abubakar Mogaji Walawi, affirmed the readiness of the Ninth Assembly to support PASAN and protect their rights. And the news is reaching you from Well FM 95.1 Ilorin. On the foreign scene, Hakainde Hichilema has taken his oath of office as Zambia's president in front of cheering crowds at the Hero Stadium in the capital, Lusaka. The new Zambian president was greeted by thunderous cheers as he entered the stadium for his inauguration. President John Magufuli also attended. The ceremony is being attended by several heads of state as well as leaders of opposition parties from across the African continent. Mr. Lisu lost last year's election to the late President John Magufuli, which he alleges was rigged. He later fled the country as security officers planned to arrest him. The 59-year-old, the veteran opposition leader, won the elections by a landslide last week. Hichilema faces high expectations from his people, including jobs for the youth, eradicating government corruption, and improving the economy. The United States allies have warned that they will not be able to evacuate all Afghans fleeing the Taliban by the 31st of August. The warning comes as the G7 summit is to hear allies appeal to President Joe Biden to delay the withdrawal of U.S. forces beyond that date. U.S. troops control Kabul airport, from where some 48,000 people, mainly Afghans working for foreign forces, have been evacuated. The Taliban have warned of consequences if foreign troops are not withdrawn by the agreed deadline. The Taliban's treatment of women will be a red line, the UN warns at an emergency session of the Human Rights Council. Thousands of Afghans are trying to flee, fearing reprisals from the Taliban militants now in power after the ouster of President Ashraf Ghani, who fled the country. And now to Sports and Brave. The much-awaited Paralympic Games are set to begin as the opening ceremonies commence today. 22 athletes will be representing Nigeria in the Tokyo 2020 Games this year. It will be recalled that the last edition at Rio 2016 in Brazil was the most successful outing for Team Nigeria, which became Africa's best team and 17th overall on the medal table with 8 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze medals. In Tokyo, Team Nigeria Paralympians will participate in 4 events: para-powerlifting, para-athletics, para-table tennis, and para-rowing. The team captain Lucy Ejike, who would be featuring in the 6th Paralympics after making a debut at Sydney 2000, has promised that the contingent will surpass the record at Rio 2016. And that's our sports news and brave, and that's it on the midday update. But before we go, here again are the headlines. Bandits attacked Nigerian Defense Academy, killed 2 officers, abduct 1. Police swing into action following reports of kidnappings in Asa, Manditi. Resident doctors continue strike despite industrial court ruling. Embattled PDP chair Secondus reacts, vows to challenge court ruling. On the foreign scene, huge crowd as Zambia's Hakainde Hichilema takes oath of office. And in sport, Lucy Ejike 21 others chase medals as Paralympics Games kicks off. The news was put together by Taiwan Didiro. You can visit www.royaltimes.net for updates on the news. Also endeavor to join us at 4 p.m. for the news pitch and 6 p.m. for the news around the globe. Should you like to contact us for comments, observations, and any information regarding unfolding events around you, kindly reach out to Well FM Newsroom on 05 0999 968. Again, that's 0805 0999 968. I am Babatunde. Okunlola. Good afternoon.